Hey, Tom Fitzgerald here. I'm at the Habitat House. I am the project manager for this, and we are in the final wrap-up stages before we hand this over to a family on March 14th. A year ago, we were dealing with a blank slate, but through the efforts of the CEA members, we've come this far, and it's really been a great thing to see. Some of the first people that were on site here were Independence Excavating. They did all of our dirt work. They collaborated with Chieftain Trucking, who provided the trucking and the disposal of the dirts. And after that, we had the close-knit efforts of Cook working with us to get our utilities tied in, which were quite a challenge. Shook came, they got our footers in, they allowed us to have Lalo follow behind. Lalo is who did all the great brickwork here and on the garage. And from there, it was basically closing it in and getting it waterproof. So we had EcoSeal, who was a partner with Lalo. They brought them in, and EcoSeal donated the waterproofing on the house, and at that point in time we had Independence come back, and Independence did all the button up to get all of our downspouts and drains tied in so that we'd be able to ensure our family has a dry basement. At that point in time we had seasoned contractors come in. They were our carpenters on site. They did all the rough framing for the garage and the house, and huge shout out to Don Ketchcarney. He was just a great help. From there, with the helps of Georgie Interiors, they got us through some issues we had with the city of Cleveland with fire codes, with how close the neighboring houses are. And then from there, we brought in the siders. Huge shout out to ABC Supply. They provided everything for Warren Roofing and USA Roofing. Those were the two companies that helped provide our siding and our roof on the project. So with the roof, siding, windows, everything in, the only thing we had left was to protect our family inside from the Ohio weather that we get. And luckily for that, we had Western Reserve Lightning Rod. They provided us a system that I don't think anybody 5 miles from here has on their houses. So it's really great to see. So with the house closed in, we were ready to get our MEP in place for the project. For that, we had John F. Gallagher Company. They did our mechanicals. Mark Ullman and Ullman Electric. They were our electricians for the project, and we had Luxury Heating and Cooling wrap it up with the plumbing. So with our MEP in place, we were ready to finish it out. For that, we have to thank OCP, CJI, and Dependable Painting. They were the ones that got the drywall in place, got the walls painted, the ceiling textured, and allowed us to do the finite details to really start putting this back together. So Architectural Floors did our floors on the main areas and the bedrooms on the first and the second floor. And then our bathrooms were done by Corcoran Tile to kind of give a little contrast. So cabinets were provided on the project by Bedford Cabinet. Countertops throughout the project were provided by Custom Millwork, both of which were installed by the help of A.M. Higley and Regency's carpenters, and that's not just for the millwork, it's also for the trim and the doors throughout the project. So for the flat work on the project, first thing I want to do is thank Tech Ready Mix for providing the materials not only for the driveway, but also for our footers and interior and exterior slabs. Those were installed. The driveways and the sidewalks were all installed by Great Lakes Construction, and then the interior slabs and the garage slabs were installed by Donleys. Before that was even done, we had ProCut on site. They saw cut the curbs so that we could put in our aprons. And really the final details on the project were having Royal Landscaping come out, and they not only put in our beds and got the grass in place, but they went the extra mile and put in sod. Some of the people that I haven't mentioned include Laborers Local 310, who not only provided some money to the project, but they also provided the workforce that we were able to put this together with. One of the things that we've really been proud about is that it is a 100% union job. So a huge shout out to them, as well as the contributions of the Cleveland Building and Construction Trades Council, and Best Supply, Montgomery Trust, Bolton & Pratt Company, Cleveland Cement, the leaders from the CEA Future Executives Committee, Interior Supply, Lumber One, John G. Johnson Company, Messina Floor Covering, Norris Brothers, Ozane Construction, Ray Haven, the Rittenauer Group, Ruling Company, Zenith Electrical, Cleveland Building Restoration, Cleveland Marble, Infinity Paving, Forest City Erectors, GMB Electrical, Maroos Brothers Construction, Next Gen Construction, Lawler Construction, Whitecap Supply, the AKA Team, Hatzel and Bueller, Reliable On-Site Services, the Shelley Company, Vocon, Ballast Fence, and Carter Lumber. It's just been overall so many people that were involved and so many people that helped that it's been a blessing, and I know that the family that's going to take hold of this house is going to appreciate it, and we can all be proud of our efforts that we provided for this. So with that being said, I gotta get back inside, get this house buttoned up and cleaned up, and get ready to hand it over on March 14th. Thanks again, everybody.